You're listening to the Manifesting Miracles podcast. By tuning in today, you're dialing into your frequency of abundance. I'm Michelle J. Lamont, your manifestation master and guide. Ever since 2016, I've been obsessively dedicating my life to uncovering, dissecting, and analyzing every aspect of the practices and modalities in which we call manifestation. You see, you are truly more powerful than you can even imagine and fully capable of manifesting miracles on the daily. I'm going to teach you how to attract a life beyond your wildest dreams using your own divine power. So let's get started manifesting your miracles right now. So I wasn't going to post this episode. I recorded the whole damn thing, and then I saw Aaron Parnas telling me, once again, another freedom yanked, another lie dressed up like justice. And I just sat there, shaking, angry, rolling my eyes, wanting to do something. You know that kind of shaking that's like, it's not even yours. It's like visceral. It's like you get that metallic fear, the one that tastes like blood and childhood in your throat. And for a second I thought, I don't have it in me. And then I heard my higher self talks in like a raspy voice. Almost like Obi-Wan Kenobi, but a female version. Michelle, you're not a firefighter. You're the fire. Michelle, you're not a firefighter. You're the fire. And baby, I remembered who the hell I am. You know what I'm saying? They love saying it, don't they? All the gurus, all the people. I'm sure I've said it. Protect your peace. Don't let them steal your light. And I ate it up like it was gospel, like the crystals, the smudging, my house. I was trying to evict a ghost. I still woke up at 3 a.m. feeling like someone hollowed me out with an ice cream scoop. Ever feel like that? Like someone is siphoning your soul through a crazy straw? And then back to my higher consciousness. Michelle, you're not a battery. You're Niagara. Trauma just made you forget where the switch is. I want to break it down. I want to talk to you about it. You know, it seems like every time we look right now, or even it's probably been in every lifetime, right? There's been some headline, especially now though, that makes your clenched jaw feel even tighter. It's those politicians and their dead eyes and people celebrating atrocities. And that vibe that hits you before you even realize it. But let me make something very clear. That's not them stealing our energy. That's your trauma being activated like a garage door sensor. Because mirror neurons, baby, they see chaos, and your brain throws a damn panic party before you've even sipped your coffee. And if you're like me, doom scrolling while whispering, I'm the light, I'm the light. That's not manifestation, that's spiritual gaslighting. And guess what? The universe doesn't need you to lie. She needs us to listen. Dr. Wayne Dyer said, you don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. Beautiful, poetic, love him. But baby girl, 2025 don't play like that. You don't attract joy. Say it with me. You become joy. You don't call in freedom. Say it with me. You embody freedom like a damn revolution. Want proof? So last week, I'm minding my own manifestation business, drinking my matcha. News alert. They overturned XY thing. This is happening here. This is happening. I can't even tell you. My hands just went numb. Vision tunnel. I'm suddenly 9 years old, hiding in the closet I don't even remember anymore. But this time I didn't collapse. I screamed, not at the world, but at the ghost in my nervous system. This isn't mine. This is my ancestors' silence, my mother's shame. I release you. And then put the matcha down. I was like, let me get outside. Let me get outside. Let me touch earth, right? Let me touch grass, because when we do that, we're grounding ourselves into a new higher frequency. We're really moving energy. We're like, I'm not going to process this because, we've talked about it before, but there's a thing called epigenetics, right? And epigenetics is when they study trauma passed down. And I've done a whole podcast on it, but the short term is it started off with somebody studying Holocaust survivors, and how their lineage had these markers in it of trauma. Same thing with any oppressed people, and especially like people who have been enslaved or enslavement, oppression of any kind. You can see it 2 or 3 generations down in their epigenetic markers in their DNA. And so the reason that doom scrolling kind of feels, okay, maybe I should keep doing this, and it's because that was an inherited feeling of fear and shame and trauma that your ancestors were dealing with way before there was the internet or television or radio or anything else. Because all of it was just passed down and it was talked about. And that circle of talk became that shame of fear in your lineage and your DNA. So I walked outside barefoot. I stood in the wet grass like I was calling lightning. I said out loud, I am the safety now. I don't know where it came from. I was just like, I have got to feel safe. I've got to feel grounded. I know I'm okay because I am the consciousness of everything that has ever been created and anything that will ever be created. And I swear I felt the earth nod like with me, like, yes, yes, yes. The next day, I opened up my email. Someone wanted me to do a workshop for their company for 5K. Just right there in my email. Coincidence? Please. That's what sovereignty just looks like. Your reality reflects your belief system. Everything that you believe about your reality, it has to eventually appear if you hold the intention long enough. So forget raise your vibe. We're in a spiritual war, and I'm handing you your weapons. I want to go over some nervous system uprising protocols that I think will be very beneficial. So use it every damn time the world feels like a knife fight. So one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to ghost bust your body. What you're going to do is you're going to take your hand and you're going to put one on your heart, both your hands, one on your heart and one on your gut. Ask yourself, whose fear is this in my chest? Whose sadness is living in my hips? We store so much trauma in our body. On average, Forbes just came out with this, on average, trauma, the average human being loses $14,000 a year on trauma. You're like, what do you mean? Well, when you don't feel connected to yourself and you're living in that fear-based reality, and you feel it in your chest, you feel it in your hips, right? That DNA, that ancestral, even just what you're experiencing right now, that's going to lower your ability to think clearly. It's going to make you less likely to take chances, and you have to break out of the reality you're in right now to make new things happen. You're more likely to break down your natural immune system, so getting sick costs you money, getting depressed costs you money, costs you opportunities, it costs you chances. It costs, and when you're in that state, nobody's looking at you saying like, damn, I think that person would be great for a promotion. So over and over and over again, that trauma that you're looping, it doesn't belong to you. You're absorbing it, and then you're spreading it, and then you're living it, and then you're creating in it. You have almost a trillion cells in your body, and they're 99.99999% empty. And they get filled and charged with our light, our intention, our desires. And then as we hold that intention long enough, we put it into the field, into the quantum field of energy. And then the field becomes the tree and the chair and the couch and the house and the partner and the car and the money and the opportunities and the body and the health. Everything that you have ever been has been attributed to a feeling, a thought, or an emotion that you have held so long that you then manifested it in this simulation called our life. So when you feel that, put your hand on your heart and your hand on your guts and say, wait a second, this isn't mine. Whose sadness is this? Whose reality am I trying to draw from? Was it conversations you heard growing up from your mom, from your aunties, from your neighbors, from your friends, from your family? Call out. Call out like you're on some cheap 2000s reality show like Maury Povich or Steve, whatever his name was, Steve Wilco. Return that back to that timeline. Return to sender. I want you to take that shame, take that fear. This isn't happening to me right now. I return to sender my mother's fears. I return to sender my aunt's fears, my grandmother's, my sisters, my cousins, all my community. I do not accept this. I reject it. I reject it. I motherfucking reject this, okay? Because otherwise, what are you going to do? You're just going to relive these experiences over and over and over. You're never going to be the person that breaks the cycle. You're going to be the person that sustains it. And that's not what you came here to be, babe. So let's talk about when you feel like you're just like I was. My hands went numb. I felt like I was kind of like just spiraling. I want you to clap 3 times super hard. Okay? Then I want you to touch something that's real. Your thigh, your mug, the crusty ass iPod case. You definitely need to clean out. All right? Say, this is here. I am here. Like it's 6 different sentences. This is here. I am here. That's how you anchor back into this now reality. Did I say meow? I said meow reality. Into this now reality, right? And so you want to slam right back into the present. You want to take yourself from that dimension where you're watching it, you're seeing it. And remember, the intention is to steal our energy because chaos loves company. And control needs, the person who wants to be controlling needs people to control. They need subjects to control. And if they don't have access to your energy, they don't have access to your light, they don't have access to your brain, they don't have access to your ideas, whether it's a politician, whether it's a celebrity, whether it's your fucking ex, whether it's your mother that was your first bully, whether it's somebody in your family right now, somebody in your work, somebody in your life, maybe it's your children, I don't know. But remember that you don't owe them that. You owe yourself everything. And you came here to create. You came here to be a creator. You came here to co-collaborate. And you have everything that you ever fucking needed. You came here with a divine plan. And you keep getting out of alignment. You keep getting off the course. And so what's another thing you could do? Flood your frequency. So if you're in one of those states, you're just like, it's never going to happen. I'm going to start this business. It's going to fail. I'm never going to succeed. I'm never going to be an influencer. I'm going to be subjugated to this life. I'm going to be subjugated to this reality. You are in a prisoner's paradise, one that you're creating with every thought, intention, and idea. Every time you swallow anything whole, anytime you accept that and you say this is what's happening, then you're co-collaborating with evil. You're co-creating with hate. You're co-creating with the dimension of the lowest frequency. Instead of allowing yourself to be the light in the world, you're attracted to the dark. So the second you feel that happening, I want you to stop everything you're doing and go get a song, any kind of song, whether it's, cue Beyonce, that Hoosier cry, anything that makes your spine just tingle. I don't care what it is. Maybe it's Radiohead. I don't know. But you're just going to take it and you're just going to jam. You're going to move. You're going to scream into a towel. You're going to twerk in your kitchen, baby. You're going to pretend like you're a Hutta on Love Island, baby, and you know how to make that moneymaker shake. Do not spiritualize this part. Just move. Shake it like it bakes, okay? Get into there. Move it. Even if you're bad at it, just twerk it, baby. I don't know how she does that thing with her legs. She lays on the floor and she points her feet in the air and like makes them twerk. Like she makes her legs twerk. How? How? I want to know that. Huda, can you please listen to this podcast and tell me? But just move your body, baby. Move your body and allow your frequency to just transmute everything. And then I want you to understand that you can download your destiny. I want you to put your hand on your chest. And I want you to whisper. Because sometimes, and it's very true when you're working in an intentional dimension, whispering is very, very powerful. So when you're in this I'm crashing out kind of vibe, I want you to put your hand on your chest and whisper like you mean it. I am the storm. Let's do it. We'll whisper. Ready? I am the storm. I am the sanctuary. I am the damn prophecy fulfilled. I am the storm. I am the sanctuary. I am the damn prophecy fulfilled. Yes. See how I had to get out of it? It's awkward. Yes, you feel ridiculous. Do it anyway. Because that's how we break the spell. That's how we change and transmute energy. You don't need another journal prompt. You need a soul bunker. You need a nervous system reset. A place that the weird is holy and the wild is welcome, right? Where is that place? Can we find it? Oh, there it is. It's the Secret Society of Manifestors, and I built it for you. And right now, I'm going to buy the first month for you. So you don't need a code. You don't need a contract. You just need to come in and start participating, changing your community, being supported, and see what happens. Inside this month, Monday mornings astrology drops. I'll tell you exactly where the energy's flowing so you can align and not scramble every single week. And I give you a workbook. Live manifestation events. So we have a full moon ceremony. You'll cry in a good way. And with everybody else in this huge community that is vibing with you. Okay. Then we're going to do an energy reset. We clear the crap that you didn't even know was stuck. Because month after month, you're not doing your spiritual hygiene. So you go back like, you know, if you've ever been to like a 3-day workshop or if you ever take a seminar and you're like, yeah. And you're like pumping your fist in the air. And then you get off the plane, you get home and you're sitting in your living room and you're like, oh man, I'm just all by myself. How do I remember that I'm a millionaire? How do I touch into that vibration? This is what I'm going to be doing with you. This is what we're doing in SSOM. Why don't you come in and take advantage of it? And then we have one manifestation workshop. Think rituals, think real results, think glamour, think moonstones, think magic, think energy, think money, think grief trauma release sessions. This month's theme for July, I am the portal. Because you are. And you always have been. And the reason that I named it the Secret Society of Manifestors is because you're the secret. You're not broke, and you don't need to be fixed. You've just been tuned into the frequency of your fear, of your doubt, of your lack, of your insecurity. Everything starts with a thought, and that thought is a thought that has been shown to you, taught to you. These are emotions that you've expressed or suppressed that you are now making your reality. And eventually it becomes your personal persona. And that personality then becomes your personal reality. And so as you keep building these thoughts that are yours, you grab them and hold on to them, but who gave them to you? You have to disconnect from that belief system so the emotion isn't tied to the result of this reality. You'll be able to contain your nervous system. You'll be able to understand that these thoughts need to be thought in a way that helps you collaborate with the creator. You are a creator, not a consumer. Here's the thing. They want you tired. They want you quiet. And trust and believe this most of anything. They want you compliant. Because fragmented people don't rebuild worlds. But you are the vortex. A god light wrapped in skin. The lineage breaker. A timeline bender. A cosmic bitch with receipts. So take back your power from the scroll. Breathe like your ancestors are watching, because they are. And remind the universe, you didn't come here to be safe. It's almost insulting of a thought. You came here to set things on fire. Not be a fucking firefighter. And if you are ready, I want to work with you. I want to coach you. I want you to get into my mentorship. And most importantly, I want to meet you face to face, whether it's in Zoom or here in Bel Air Beach. I have a retreat, Manifest Your Miraculous Life, September 12th, 13th, and 14th. There are only 2 or 3 spots left. But if you're ready and you really want to change your life, you want to meet 9 other amazing women, then come and sign up. There's 4 spots left of 10. And I really believe that in person, you and I would have such a blast. But most importantly, I want you to change your life. I want you to hold hands and sister circle and walk down Billionaire Beach and do all the practices and give yourself something that you've never given yourself. Time dedicated only to you. That's the one thing about doing the mentorship programs, the coaching programs with me. You come in with the dream and you leave feeling 10 feet tall, executing on a level you've never executed on. You've gotten as far as you've gotten with the information that you have, right? But if I was to put my claws into you for 6, 8, or 12 weeks, could you imagine how much bigger and better and more powerful the version of you would align to? You don't need to fix anything. You need to figure out where you're pouring your energy into the wrong hole. And then we're going to siphon it out of that one and redirect the energy into your miraculous life. Because you didn't come here to play small, babe. You came here to fucking start fires and set everything ablaze. All right, now listen, we're going to wrap this up. So before I go, let's do what we always do. And I just want to say something. You are loved, you are known, and you are magnificent. All right, here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything. Us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for us. Everything. Everything. I want to see you on SSOM. I want to meet you on the beaches of Bel Air. But most importantly, I want you to make some conscious choice today. As always, I'm Michelle Juanita Lamont. And this is how you rise. Make a choice. Make a choice. Make a decision. Do something beyond the podcast today. At least SSOM, right? It's free the first month, babe. All right, I love you. You got this. Your ancestors are clapping. Your higher self is clapping. The version of you that is abundant, successful, beautiful, fantastic, happy, healed, and harmonized, they are in this room right now watching you make choices, watching you decide, am I just going to listen to another episode, or am I going to make a fucking change? I love you. Producers, cue that motherfucking music. I love you.